Well, hey guys, I want to thank you for all the questions you've been asking about Sarasota, Florida. It's been amazing, the comments that you guys have sent in, and what I'm finding is that many of you are curious about the overall facts, figures, and trivia of Sarasota, Florida. So today, what I'm going to do is I walk down here, beginning in Lakewood Center, or Lakewood Ranch Town Center, is to just give you some facts and figures. I'm going to answer about 13 or 14 most asked questions in about 5 minutes on a short. So hold on to your seat. We'll walk through them real quickly, and you'll be able to write some comments and tell me where we go next. Many of you are curious about how old is the city of Sarasota, so I just wanted to let you know that it goes all the way back to October 14th, 1902, when on one night a man by the name of John Hamilton Gillespie was sworn in as mayor, and the municipal charter was drafted up, and Sarasota became a city. So it's changed a lot since then, but all the way back into the early 1900s, and this city came into being. What's the name of the city mean? Well, originally it came from two words spelled Sarazota. No one knows exactly where the origin came from, but they think it was maybe a Spanish derivative that means a place where wild and crazy dancing occurs with laughter. You can find the name Sarasota all the way back on maps into the 1700s, and so this city has had some population. It just wasn't incorporated until the early turn of the 1900s. One of the most popular questions you asked me on the survey was, what is Sarasota most known for? Well, there's a rivalry between the beaches and the Arts Center, but certainly one of the very, very famous reasons that Sarasota is on the map is for its art community. The Ringling Museum of Fine Arts is here, and what's behind me right now, this Van Gogh display, has been up for months. It was brought in. This building was a temporary structure erected months ago, actually around the beginning of this year in January, and you can see that it's at the end of its stay now. They're moving on, but this would not be here were it not for a community that said art is very, very important to us. The College of Art, they put out all kinds of artists in all kinds of disciplines. Now, those that say, well, art can't be as popular as the beaches, that's the ongoing argument. You'll hear a little bit more about the beaches in the minutes to come here. So just to understand that that third question is a big one, but Sarasota is known for its art and its beaches. Another very common question, does Sarasota have hurricanes? My friend, you can't be by the water when it's shallow. It warms up easily. It's got a sandy bottom. It attracts the sun. And if you're going to have warm waters, you're going to have hurricanes. However, Sarasota rarely gets hit by a hurricane. And when I say rarely, it's been about 100 years since Sarasota got hit by a hurricane. In fact, when John Ringling, who had, in today's value, millions upon millions of dollars worth of circus equipment, decided where he was going to put his equipment during the winter months so that it would be safe from weather and safe from catastrophe, you might be interested in knowing that John Ringling decided that when his research came in, Sarasota would be the place because Sarasota was the least hit area by hurricanes of any place in the state of Florida. Next question is, does Sarasota have tornadoes? Now, there have been tornadoes. In fact, in 2022, there was a tornado that hit on the 10th block, and it partially destroyed a roof, and there was some warehouse damage. But generally speaking, Sarasota, Florida is not a place that you have to worry about tornadoes. That would be up in Tornado Alley, way up there in Arkansas, Texas, Kansas, in that area. Certainly not down here in Florida. Next question, does Florida have a lot of rain? Well, yes, Florida does have a lot of rain. 38 inches of rain falls in the national average in this country, but Sarasota is going to get 56 on the average year. Here's the good news. While the rest of the nation has an average snowfall of 28 inches a year, Sarasota averages 0. No snow to shovel, my friend. Just come to Sarasota. You can probably put up with 56 inches of rain a whole lot easier than you can put up with 28 inches of snow, right? Is Sarasota, Florida a safe place to live? I am very happy to announce to you that both violent crime as well as home crime is way, way below the national average, making Sarasota one of the safest places to live in the nation. Why are people moving to Sarasota at a rate of 961 per year as part of the people influxing into the state of Florida? The reason for that, my friend, is that there's a thriving market here. There's a rich cultural heritage here. There are an abundance of attractions here. There are activities. There are world-class amenities. I'm standing right now. My back is to Nathan Benderson Water Sports Center right here. This past weekend, I paid $15 for my car loaded with people to park, and we all were able to enjoy watching dragon races, skullboat races, paddleboard races from people all over the world. It was a wonderful center. One of the many reasons that people come to Sarasota for the amenities. It's a cultural attraction. It's a very wealthy place for people to enjoy living. They've saved all their life. They want to come to a place where there's 265 sunny days a year, and they don't want to have a whole lot of tornadoes. They don't want to have a whole lot of hurricanes. It's hard to beat Sarasota. Certainly one of the most asked questions I receive as a realtor is, where in the world am I going to live? What's the safest? What's the nicest? What's the best all around to buy? So I'm going to mention 5 of the safest, nicest, and I guess you could probably use the word even prestigious communities to consider. You want to be in these regions: off Bee Ridge Road, off Fruitville Road, off Osprey Road, off Southgate Ridge, and off South Sarasota. You're going to find areas that are in very, very good, safe communities, areas that you're not going to have to worry about walking your dog at night or in the morning early. You're not going to have to worry about jogging. You're going to be in very, very safe neighborhoods. Those 5 areas you should take note of if you're looking to buy or if you're looking to vacation down here. Those areas will put you in very, very good standing. Very much along the same lines, people are asking what are the best neighborhoods. So the neighborhoods that you would want to take in consideration: Laurel Park is located in downtown Florida, or downtown Sarasota. Laurel Park was designated as a National Register of Historic Places district in 2008. Gillespie Park is prestigious, older feel, of course, because that's the founding mayor in 1902. You'll remember his name from earlier. Lakewood Ranch is the #2 community sought after in the United States right now for people to move into. Siesta Key has some of the nicest beaches. People mistakenly think that there's snow on the beaches of Florida. The sand is so white. It's like a talcum powder, basically. It's called sugar sand. It's gorgeous. Siesta Key, can't beat it for living and for vacationing. Indian Beach, Sapphire Shores would certainly be an area that if you live there, people are going to say, wow, you're in one of the 5 nicest areas in Sarasota. Let me mention some pros and cons of living in Sarasota, Florida. A pro would certainly be the weather. 265 days a year, bright, sunny, just like the day that you're getting the feel for on this YouTube as I walk my way through. The downside of the bad weather in July and August, my friend, you're going to be hot, you're going to be steamy, you're going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be in the 90s about every day. I'm talking 96 to 99, and you're going to have days when it's also 90, 91% humid. The pro of living in Sarasota means beaches galore, and I mean galore. You're going to have all kinds of variety of beaches. You can go private, you can go romantic, you can go alone, you can go crowded. But beaches are all over the place. Where there are beaches, you're going to have an occasional hurricane. Remember, that water's shallow, it heats up quickly, and hot air and warm water go together for hurricane season. But as I mentioned before, it's not a huge threat down here in this area of Sarasota. One of the pros of Sarasota is boating, and then there's more boating, and then there's more boating. But the con side of the boating is people trailer their boats in, and people have boats that they store, bring out on Saturdays and weekends. So whenever you have that kind of activity with boating, you're going to have traffic. The con side of having a lot of people is you're going to wait a lot of time at traffic lights. I'm talking like, don't be surprised if you're waiting there a minute or more at a time. So traffic in the winter, especially in the on season when the snowbirds are down, going to be an absolute mess. Another definite pro for this area is the healthcare. Some of the very best healthcare in the world: cardiac, orthopedic, infectious disease center. You just got tremendous opportunities for healthcare. Now, that's a lot more attractive and important to people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s than it is in people that are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. So one of the downsides or the cons of having good health care is most people think it's too slow here. I want to go dancing in the night. I want to dance the night away. I want to have some party life. Well, if that's the case, you probably better keep going on the other side of the peninsula to a town called Miami, where the crime is high. And there's all kinds of situations there that you'll never face in Sarasota, but you will have some beautiful health care, and you will have a slower nightlife. And when people ask questions, and if I give them only 5 choices, almost always I can count on one of the 5 being this question: are there alligators in Florida? My friend, when you have a body of water that looks like the one behind me, which are here by the tens of thousands into the millions, I would not only not be surprised if I saw an alligator in that body of water behind me, I would expect to see one. The general rule is this: if there's fresh water in Florida, you can expect to see an alligator, so don't let your pets and don't let your kids play there. There are very, very few instances in the state of Florida where there are actually gator attacks. However, having said that, I am saddened to say that just last week, mid-July 2022, a lady was playing golf in Englewood. Her ball went into a water hazard. There was a steep bank. She reached in, fell in the water. As she was trying to get out and couldn't, 2 gators attacked her, and fatally. So nothing to play around with, but on the other hand, keep in mind there are millions of people who live in Florida every single day. Gators are not a menace. They're just an awareness that you need to hold close to your heart, especially if you have pets and if you have children. Those questions, my friend, are some that you asked me. Most asked questions, and I thank you for them. Now will you write me again? Will you do me a favor? I've sweat my brains out here. My shirt's soaking wet as I've made this video. Would you do me a favor? Would you hit the subscribe button right now? Would you hit the share button right now? Would you ding that notification bell right now? It'll help my business, and you can also send comments. The comments are very, very helpful to me, and it's helpful to other people that are looking in. This is Brent Haggerty, Gulf Premier Sarasota. Remember this: as the wheel turns on the axle, so the best of life and living, I feel, turns right here in Sarasota, Florida. I hope you give me a call, 908-240-8801. Check me out on YouTube often. You'll get a new production every single week. Something to do with real estate, something of interest. The thing that's best is if you tell me what you want to hear, that's what you'll get on Gulf Premier Sarasota. Look forward to seeing you again real soon.